What's going on, guys? We're back again. I've just been rushing around to get this sorted, so just give me a sec just to get everything aligned, get my camera ready. Same thing as always, or as last time. Let me just have a look at these. This is a video that's going out later that I strongly suggest you check out about Suno AI V5. It's crazy, it makes some absolute banging tunes. But when it comes down to live, are we seeing this now? Yeah, we are here, October 14th. You guys can see me. So today, what's the drill? Well, the drill is this. I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to first talk again a lot about mindset, which is something that's really important. When it comes down to yesterday, today, I have a lot more time, so I don't know how long this live is going to last. It depends on how many people are watching it. And when it comes down to the applications, I will show you. Can I show you? Maybe I can't. Maybe I can. I'm not sure what the conversations, what it will show. Let me. I'll load it up first, and then I'll show you, and I'll showcase to you what we've got cooking. So messages. So yesterday there was a response from this guy Logan, which was one of the inquiries. Proposal submitted October 13th. Yeah, so we had one response out of 6, which is actually quite high. We didn't do a lot of numbers, but. So that's you take that, yeah? Knocking proposals out every 3 minutes for one response. I looked through the Loom and watched what he put together, and their budget was too small for what they were asking for. So I'm probably not going to pursue it, but I've left it there just in case. But what I'm showing you here is the techniques, the way that I approached it yesterday, is good. And you can see lots of other conversations down the side, which you should probably click off of because it is personal. But I just wanted to show you that when we're in with that position, I actually had a response to one of my applications that we did yesterday. So it's not fairy tale stuff. It's not pie in the sky stuff. When I tell you and show you how to apply for Upwork Jobs, you get responses. Simple as that. And I didn't expect it based off of the fact that we only did 5 or 6 yesterday. Well, the good news for you is that today I am in demon mode. And what I mean by that is I am going to be rinsing through Upwork applications like you've never seen. I might even keep a little counter that tells me how many I've done. I don't want to waste any time on that, but exactly the same drill. What do I have prepared? So that's a job from yesterday. We'll clear that. I'm in Comet again with my instructions inside of here, which allows me to be able to just paste in a proposal so that it can be like pick up any key nuances when it comes down to this. This was me asking it how to go live on YouTube. This was the flashcard overview. I couldn't get my camera to work here. That's why this flashcard overview is what we use this for. And if we look at it from an instructions point of view, like from an answers output point of view. This is what the output would be, and it will give you like their fixed budget, their automated scraping. It will give you their flashcard overview. It will give them everything that you need, and this is done inside of a space for Upwork applications, which has a set of custom instructions that goes through basically just write it in a flashcard form. There is nothing fancy inside of here. I mean, screenshot that if you want it, but I don't use it. It's only if it's like really complex or if there's something that I just don't maybe understand. But that's what I use. Strongly advise that you start to use Comet as your search engine because it's ridiculously powerful. And now let's get into what we are actually here for. And what we are actually here for is for us to start applying for Upwork Jobs. And what that means is I need that, but back on the scenarios page. This this can open up. Let's open up the content machine because people like that. And then I've got this, and I've got my own. If I need to load up my own, then Jesus, like there'll be so many individual ones. So we're going to be applying for Upwork projects consistently today. We're going to be taking exactly the same technique as yesterday. I'm going to have a drink of water and stop talking and start dialing in because we want numbers, because it's a numbers game. We just got 1 response out of 6 from yesterday. If I knock out 30, 40 applications with you today, literally, that's what I'm going for. I'm going high. Then we'll be in a position where we're going to get a lot more responses consistently. And you and I are going to go on a journey together, possibly competing for the same individual projects. That's absolutely fine. Some people might prefer your approach to mine. But let's go, and I'm going to work backwards in order of how they've come through this. So, this is a job, US, seeking experience to AI-driven marketing workflow and generating leads for our consulting business. Strong background in marketing strategy and lead generation, leveraging AI tools to develop AI marketing flow, implement lead generation strategies, optimize email marketing campaigns. Let's hit you. Let me just see something. Matt. So his name's Matt. You can check the name from the reviews, Matt. Why have I just done that? You want to always stay on this page. You don't want to click the apply page because it looks like you're going to do it. You're going to be hitting it. So Samsung Q2 microphone. My microphone's good. USB video camera's ready. Let's shoot. Hey Matt, Michael here. I'm from the UK. 80% of my client base is in the US, and I've come across your job post on Upwork. I know that you're seeking a professional to help with AI-driven outbound marketing techniques. Well, that's literally what I do every day for a living. But before we jump into your brief, I wanted to give you a little bit of background about me and the way that I approach it and some background on my character. So I'm in the top 1% of Upwork freelancers globally with just a smidgen under 500,000. Quite annoyingly, just a smidgen under 500,000. Maybe you'll be the guy who takes me over that. Just a smidgen under 500,000 earnings with a 100% job success score and expert vetted by Upwork. So they've expert vetted me that my skill set is exactly actually what I say it is. Not only that, I have huge hands-on experience in terms of like AI, building of flows, like I'll show you. If we go through these individual workflows, this is one of my clients out of the reporting hub. These are like ticketing reply systems that handle fresh desk inbound tickets, changing their first response close rate from like 27% to like 80%, literally removing I don't know what the numbers are on that, don't hold me to it, but like 55%, 57% of their staff members' time away from tasks which don't make them money. Smart follow-ups and auto-closing, icebreaker generators for cold outreach, scraping of leads, which needs to be renamed because Apollo Scraper, you can pay for Apollo, but it's expensive. I have other tools that I use, cold deal nurturing, exactly what you're looking for effectively. Not only that, I have a YouTube channel where all I do every single day is explain to people like yourself who may be searching for AI solutions for their business or be entrepreneurs who are looking to get into the AI space, how to actually build them. And in here, there are some live builds. There are some business experience because I have 2 7-figure businesses now that I've scaled and angel invested in. So I'm in an extremely strong place to be able to help you with this. And what you are actually looking for, the development of an AI marketing workflow with lead generation strategies and optimizing email marketing campaigns isn't a difficult task. It's a little bit time consuming, but it's not difficult. It's all about the personalization and how we approach it together as a team. I need to understand your offerings, understand a little bit more about your DNA. I can't possibly quote it. I know you've got a fixed price, but I can't possibly quote it if the scope is massive from there, which I doubt it would be. But we'd have to get on a conversation first. But I like the look of what I see. I love the fact that you've got excellent reviews, as do I. I have a massive skill set and experience in this industry. I can knock it out of the park for you. I can't help you unless you drop me a response. So just drop me a little message. We'll get a backwards and forwards going, and we'll just see whether a call is something we're both interested in. My name's Michael Elliott. Thank you for watching. Signing off like a YouTube video again. I need to get out of the habit of that, but it doesn't really matter because if they've made it that far through, then at the end of the day, they're probably interested in having a conversation with you, which is exactly what happened with the response that I got yesterday, by the way, because you get Loom notifications when somebody watches. You can literally do that. So, Sim. attach the testimonials already because I prepared it all, so it was already all here, ready open for the review section. Select an AI related job brief, and then I'm going to stick this. I'm going to stick this at 75 because this is something I could knock out pretty quickly. I think it'd cost him a little bit more than what he thinks, but I don't think it'd be too much more. And I think that we'd be able to potentially get on some sort of long-term retainer. And one thing I would teach you guys and what I would preach to you guys is that you should never overlook a small job because they can turn into big ones. So you've got to, it's more about finding the right client than it is about finding the right job for that exact moment. They might want one thing changing. Well, guess what? As soon as you've implemented that thing, then they're going to want something else. So that's just the way that it goes. So we've gone back. We've applied for that one. Go high level expert in CRM, email marketing campaigns, hands-on experience. Don't like that. AI agent builder end to end. Let's have a little look at this. Not too keen on this. Nah, the spend's too low. You might apply for that if you weren't me. Develop Go high level marketplace app integrating service M8 APIs. Seeking an experienced developer to create Go high level marketplace app that seamlessly connects service M8 and Go high level. Strong understanding of API and to ensure the smooth data flow between platforms. We're going to apply for this, but you ain't going to be paying $650. Same thing. It's not about what the quote is. Hey, my name is Michael Elliott, and I've just come across your job brief on Upwork, and I'm going to go into a bit of my background straight away before we jump into what your job brief is, because I think it's important you know who I am. I'm a top 1% Upwork freelancer globally with 100% job success score, expert vetted, and a smidgen under $500,000 in earnings on the platform. I build scenarios in terms of data flows, like this is just one of my clients in terms of make N8N, custom workflows, ticketing triage systems, etc., all using custom APIs, etc., everything that you need. Not only that, I literally go through this, and this is where you might be able to find something that benefits you. Because when it comes down to the videos that release, and actually there's a video that's going to be released tomorrow, which is around close bot and go high level, which is exactly when it rolls me perfectly into my segue into your job brief. Because you see, you want a developer to create a Go high level marketplace app that seamlessly connects Service M8 and high level and Lead Connector using Service M8 APIs. I could do that in my sleep. I'm not sure that you understand the size of the project, which is something that we need to discuss, because it depends on a multitude of factors of what the actual app needs to do, the information that needs to be fired over, what API capabilities are necessary. It might be something that is extremely simple. I've done these things before and they can be very simple. Might be something that takes a little bit more time. And I only bring that up just to mention like the fixed price project. But at the end of the day, ultimately to get to a decision and an agreement on what we need to do, we'd have to have a conversation about what the project is anyway. So I'll end this here. I could do this for you. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Check out my track record history. Check me out on LinkedIn if you want. But yeah, I don't think you'll find somebody who could easily like slide into the conversation business, get your understandings, extract them fast, and implement as much as I can. So drop me a message and we can start the communication from there. Thanks for watching. Damn, did it again. Michael, what are you doing? I didn't even stop the video. I did it again. So when you do something like that, obviously now this is going to have this at the end. Let me have a look. Why can't I hear that? Conversation business, get your understandings, extract them fast, and implement as much as I can. So drop me a message and we can start the communication from there. Thanks for watching. Damn, did it? So trim it. We could trim this video. Let's trim it back down to 2 minutes and 3 seconds, was it? Hey, my name is Michael Elliott, and I've just come across you as much as I can. So drop me a message and we can start the communication from there. There you go. Finish. So you've just learned something else, guys, on the call. when you finish a loom, don't start talking about how you can't stop presenting as if you're a YouTuber, because otherwise you have to trim your videos, which is not ideal. So I'm just going to triple check that. Yeah, it's 2 minutes and 3 seconds. That's about where it was. Copy that, paste, submit a proposal, marketing profile, buy project. I'm just going to leave it there. So we'll see what he comes back with. Then I'm going to do sim. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to do app today. There's just slight variations in them. One of them says I built an exact, a similar application, but I haven't got a recent. Although I have built apps with people in terms of go high level, I've never done one using the tools that he mentioned specifically. So I'm not going to lie, because that's not who I am. But like having built them before, it's quite easy to do. So I'm just going to stick. Let's stick 30 connects on this, and let's send for 50. They are cheeky, aren't they, by taking that extra bit of connects off you. Send. So that's 2, yeah? We're on 2. We're going relentless. We're not stopping. That has been sent. We're now back to the page. There's loads more coming through here. AI developer, financial build MVP, CAS Insights platform for USA, CPA, and financial planners. We're building Tax Lens AI, an AI-powered client advisory and tax planning SaaS that helps. The MVP should ingest tax data PDFs, extract key metrics, generate advisory, IBS compliant PDF doc. Now, I would tell you not to apply for this job because of the industry that it's in, and it has to be IBCS compliant, whatever the hell that means. But we're going for. Why does that say 4 hours ago? That wasn't 4 hours ago. That said 4 hours ago. Okay, all right. Well, we're applying for it anyway. So I told you not to go to that page. Let's hit Loom. Hey, my name's Michael Elliott. I've just come across your job brief. I know that it's open worldwide. I'm based in the UK, but 85% of my client base is US, and the rest of it comes from the UAE or from like Australia. Now, when it comes down to these individual parsing methods and stuff that you've put together, this, I'm not going to lie to you, this is a little bit messy just in terms of this, but I've extracted it in terms of like understanding what you need, and it's not difficult really. Like when you're talking about these extractor agents, insight generators, when it comes down to visuals must follow international business communication standards. That's something that would need your input. Like I can't be held responsible for that. But before we dive into the actual brief in detail, I wanted to just give you a little bit about me. I'm in the top 1% of Upworkers globally, nearly 500,000 earnings on the platform, 100% job success score, and I'm expert vet, which means Upwork have literally got me on a call and gone through my skill set with me and looked at the work that I've produced in order to be able to get that badge. There's not too many people that have that, so it's quite a big deal. When it comes down to like these individual builds, I've built everything from gamma presentations, which is like on my YouTube profile. You can go and watch me build these sorts of processes all of the time. Talking about sales frameworks, 4 steps to dominate, building lead machines using N8N and Appify, getting your first client personalized cold email automation. I've built everything, but what I don't show on my YouTube channel is like my client work, and that's because obviously that's private. Now, when it comes down to client work, I have worked with businesses such as DirecTV out of the US, which is the biggest satellite TV provider in the US as a whole, or one of the biggest. So I have experience of building hugely agentic flows for massive corporations, handling extremely secure data using automations, which is exactly what you're looking for here. So tech stack, frameworks, LangChain, etc., you know, pandas, Azure, storage, Supabase, always Supabase, Next.js, render, Vercel maybe. AI workflow orchestration, multi-agent systems. Got to be careful with this. This is where you're gonna. This is why you need somebody like me, because multi-agent systems that are production ready are not easy to build. Everyone can knock together an AI agent, but building something in production is different. SaaS MVP or B2B platform experience. I've literally built out full end-to-end SaaS platforms myself. That are for me, but also have massive experience in B2B data platform usage. Literally every client that I have is B2B. So yeah, ready for demo by end of November. This depends on how much the project is going to cost in terms of priority. Like it's going to be the price is going to be reflective of what you expect. Like if you expect me to drop certain things and jump at this moment in time, then it's going to cost you the additional amount that it would, because I deliver to the highest quality standards and I'd be pushing limits. But hey, I can't help you unless you drop me a message. Drop me a message and I'll show you how I can help you knock this out of the park. My name's Michael Elliott. Thanks for watching. If I do that again, someone DM me on LinkedIn and say that I'm a fool, right? Because I should know better than that. I don't know why I keep doing it. Like when I get to the end of the videos, it's like I'm signing off. But I'm not saying subscribe either. I'm kind of just like rolling with it. So like they've got this like $500. Like you've got to be joking. Let's see. One bit of wisdom, another bit of wisdom, actually, should I say. As we go through this, I'll try and drop nuggets in while I'm doing these sorts of things. One of the things with this is when a user sets and I think I might have mentioned this yesterday as well, but when a user sets a job price, 99% of the time, it's because they don't know how much it's going to cost. It's not because they think that that's how much it's going to cost. It's because they've been asked to stick it in there by Upwork and they don't know what to do. So when it comes down to that, what errors? Yeah, I thought it'd be you. When it comes down to that, there's not a lot that you can do in regards to like predicting or reading someone's mind. Maybe they are cheap, maybe they aren't cheap. I've seen clients post $500 projects and I've sold them $25,000 automations. So it's just the way that it is. We keep going. What's this? This isn't necessary. Back here, so agentic AI developers, new one, expert in OpenAI prompt design optimization tool usage. United Kingdom, we require expert in prompts with OpenAI tools. Prompt frameworks, prompt design at OpenAI, such as evals, MCPs, and traces. Deliverables design OpenAI tools, the MCPs. Hey, fellow Brit, my name's Michael Elliott. I'm from the UK. I specialise in exactly what you're looking for, and I know that I could knock it out of the park for you. But before I jump into that, I wanted to go into a little bit of detail about me. Out of respect, like you need to know who I am, really. I don't just like to send a text, like sort of application. I like to do a Loom to personalise it for you. So when it comes down to my background, I'm a smidgen under $500,000 earnings. Annoyingly, like it's one of those things, like that grates you. I do want to hit the $500,000 milestone, of course, but 100% job success score, expert vetted, which means I've been pre-screened by Upwork's talent managers to make sure that I am who I say I am, which is incredibly important. I build flows out every single day, from AI content machines to daily briefs for individuals to creating custom code buttons in HubSpot to provide deal summaries. I create AI content machines like that produce SEO optimized content at scale. Not only that, I build all sorts of individual ticketing reply systems. And the reason why I've opened this one is because when it comes down to prompt engineering, I had to create fully customized system prompts in order for the information to be taken from a knowledge base and passed back in a user's tone of voice. So I've gone into the deepest depths of system prompt engineering you can physically possibly imagine. This is just one example for one client. I have done it for hundreds of clients, including DirecTV out of the US, who are the biggest satellite provider in the US. When it comes down to your job brief of what you're looking for here, expert in prompt optimization, this is something that is fiddly, takes time, takes precision, but when it comes down to, tracing prompts in optimization, engineering, technical and non-technical, must have experience with prompt framework, prompt design, prompt optimization, open AI tool usage, evals, MCPs, and tracers. 100%. I use them every single day. Design and optimize prompts, implement prompt engineering techniques, and collaborate on tool instructions and MCPs. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Whenever I build anything, like you see these AI agents and stuff, I use MCPs anyway, even for something that doesn't even warrant it, just because I want it to be production ready in my mind. So I have absolutely no doubt that we could spark an incredible relationship from this and be able to produce the outcome that you want. The only thing is that I cannot help you unless you drop me a message. I have a space in the portfolio at the moment. This looks like the perfect job for me that matches, but there's nothing I can do unless you drop me a message in response. So I'll wait to hear from you, and I'll be in touch then. Didn't do it. Managed to avoid it. Do you see how hard I had to fight that? Like I wanted to say it. It was like I really, really wanted to say it, but I didn't. Skip cover letter interview instantly. No, don't do this. You're not going to make me do that, are you? No. No, I've been caught by the instant interview. That connected to my phone. I don't know why that did that. Microphone. Samsung QU2. Hello? Yeah. Just let me turn it on. Allow while using this site. Guys, we've been snookered.
Hi, I'm Uma, Upwork's Mindful AI. I'm here to guide you through an interview consisting of 3 questions from the client. Your answers will help them understand your skills and see how you might fit their project. Shall we get started?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Please check your microphone and try again.
Yeah, I've just. Can we move on to the questions, please?
Great, let's jump right in. First question. Can you describe your experience with prompt optimization frameworks and how you applied them in a project?
I have absolutely massive experience when it comes down to implementing prompt frameworks. When it comes down to prompt frameworks, I've actually got a loom that I will send over as a follow up if possible during this message, because I've just done a full loom for you that's personalized. But the example I use, because I've got so many, the example I used was actually from a client in Canada, which I'll attach my testimonial to. From them, where it was about ticketing replies, and it was based on the open rate and close rate of their ticketing systems. They had to take the information from a huge, humongous knowledge base and transform that information into different speaking responses, but they had to respond differently depending on the level that the client was at in terms of service. So I had to prompt engineer for all sorts of different outcomes. It wasn't just one. The amount of individual applications that I edits and things that I had to do to make that work was crazy. I've never done this before, by the way. This is something that's completely new. That's what's sort of catching me out.
Thank
But at
you for
least you're
sharing that
learning how to
example
do
and
this.
explaining your process. It sounds like you've worked with a variety of prompt frameworks and tailored solutions for complex client needs. Let's move to the next question. How do you utilize open AI tools like evals, MCPs, or traces to enhance prompt design and functionality?
it's impossible to be able to prompt engineer properly without using those tools, and especially when it comes down to what you're seeing plaguing the industry at the moment. I plug MCPs, for examples, and evals into almost every single project that I take on. It's an absolute necessity, and when it comes down to the approach that I take, even for non-technical related projects, like let's say it's a basic AI agent, I would use MCPs there as well. So yeah, there's not many projects I touch where I don't use them, and literally, if we get on a call, I can showcase to you, like, just about every client has a certain flow that contains them.
Thanks for that explanation. It's clear these tools are integral to your workflow. Now for the last question. What strategies do you use to ensure both technical and non-technical prompt engineering tasks are effectively managed?
I would put in place feedback loops and ensure that there's any error notifications, and I would also create a separate prompt based off of all of the prompt. I need a bit more information about the project, but we would have an additional system that actually scanned the system we'd implemented and then gave it a score rating, which allowed it to be able to understand what the quality was like based off of that. I also usually strongly advise that you go into a testing phase first, where you blast it through testing, and you make sure that you're in a position where you continue to try. But there has to be a fallback, and then that fallback has to provide information on how to fix it. Listen, anybody telling you that they're going to be able to build you these from what I've read, build all of these prompts and have them nailed first time, they're lying to you. It's not possible. Like, you have to, everything needs refining. So you have to put systems in place to do that, especially as your business grows and develops and things change moving forward.
Thank you for sharing your approach, especially on feedback loops and thorough testing. That's the last question from the client. Your responses have been recorded. If you want to add anything or revisit a previous question, let me know. Otherwise, we're all set.
Yeah, we're good. Can I leave the call? Yeah.
Thanks for taking the time to complete this interview. Your responses will be shared with the client. While the recording finishes uploading in the background, please keep this window open. It usually just takes a moment. Once it's done, you'll be able to submit your proposal. Best of luck.
Right. So that is really, I've never had that before. I have seen them, right? But because I've seen them when I've posted jobs on Upwork for different things. But that was like a really weird experience for me. And it's weird that it happened when I was on a live, because I knew they were there. I'd just never been caught out. So my pro tip to you now moving forward: ensure that you hit the apply button when it comes down to testing, because I really need to lower this rate because it's scaring people off for no reason. I said it yesterday. Maybe I'll do that now. Add a note to the client with anything that you'd like them to know. Yeah, so basically you have to go through and do their interview questions, and the client can ask them you. It can get pretty hot under the collar, I'm guessing, if you're inexperienced, because you can't sort of guess what's happening, but predict what's happening beforehand. But yeah, this is the right one. I'm going to bid really high on this. I just have a feeling. I don't know why, but I have a feeling. So I'm going to bid for that. And because people can't be bothered to do the pre-application process, they're not going to do it. Your interview's been processed. You'll be able to view it here when it's ready. I wouldn't say that I smashed that out of the park by any stretch of imagination. Did a better job in the loom, but it was the first time I'd seen it. We'll see what they say. Anyway, moving on, because that's what we're here for. Back to these jobs. There's even more: experienced digital marketing team lead, Make.com automation for Instagram media fetching and AI comment generation. No, don't want that. either. This could be good. So now let's click apply. Okay. So I told you earlier not to click apply, but now we are going to start clicking apply, so that don't happen again. Let's roll. Hey, my name's Michael Elliott. I've just come across your job brief on Upwork, and when it comes down to building advanced workflows for people, I think you'd struggle to find people that are more experienced than me. There are obviously some out there, but I literally every day build NAM workflows that are extremely complex. I could run you through some right now, like this one here, which is a ticketing triage system for Freshdesk that literally goes one after another, manipulates data at each individual stage, then uses custom code nodes. I think there's like 7 code nodes in here altogether that have individual custom code that's written for them to clean comments, etc. So this is like my bread and butter. Like, this is what I do every single day. I also build them inside of make.com where required. Like, it depends. It's horses for courses. Make.com's code node has changed the outlook a little bit now for beginners, because some beginners should probably start with Make over NAN. That's a different conversation. I'm also an expert vetted top 1% freelancer with nearly 500,000 earnings on the platform, and 100% job success score. And I spend all of my spare time teaching other people on YouTube how they can implement NAM workflows. Some of them are live NAM workflows. Some of them are my opinions on new tools. Some of them are my opinion on how to be successful, and from where I've gone from my beginning of my career that looked bleak to now. But whatever it might be, people have watched me for thousands of hours talk about exactly what you're looking for as a service. So that leads me back to your proposal, and I would absolutely love to get more information on this image analysis, personalization recommendations, product scan scoring, user progress tracking, because I've done them all before. Like, I've built so many things, like for DirecTV, the reporting hub, internally for myself, like scanning of images. Heck, I've even built one for where someone needed to upload ID and a mortgage offer in principle in order for it to be done. So what you're asking for, I can knock out of the park for you, but I can't do it unless you answer my application. So I'm going to apply for this now. I just wanted to give you a bit of background on me. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll hear from you soon. I'm not getting these down right in the right length today. I'm either waffling, or, which tell me in the live stream. I don't think I can see. I don't think I can see the comments on the stream inside of the OBS. I think I have to open it in here. But yeah, there's no comments on it anyway. But yeah, when it comes down to the applications, I think they're a little bit. I might be like dragging them on for a little bit too long. So let's step up the pace. Let's try and start getting these knocked out, because this is how you win projects. You don't win it by dilly-daddling around. Describe your recent full suite image analysis and PDF generator built for a client in the US. Check the loom. Doesn't exist. I don't share information due to the size of clients I work with. Describe your approach to testing and improving quality assurance. Continuous fallbacks and automated scoring systems are a necessity in order to continue to evolve. It's not about spotting mistakes. It's about improving the impact of implementation, which is true. A lot of people think that it's for the spotting mistakes, and yeah, it does. But what you're trying to really look for is you're really looking for it to be something where you can where you can actually continue to evolve it to make it better. That's the way that I look at it all anyway. Let's stick this. 100 connects, boom. Set and bid. Now, I'm just going to check my phone because I'm getting messages. There's more coming through. So, yeah, Upwork's not an even playing field, I'm afraid. Like, the people who have more money can bid for more projects and bid higher. Onboarding and customer support go high level in SaaS long term. 40 for AI Speakly is a fast growing SaaS plan. We're hiring a dedicated onboarding specialist, customer support pro, to launch new clients on our go high level build. Walk them through best practices live on Zoom. Nah, that ain't for us, guys. We ain't full time anymore. We're out of the hustle. That's what we're looking at. GPT agent expert needed for innovative AI solution. This could be something. This could be a bit of us. We're looking AI development intelligence responsible for brainstorming and developing innovative solutions to enhance our operational efficiency. Hey guys, Michael Elliott here. I'm from the UK, but 85% of my client base is from the US, and I've recently worked with DirecTV and their partner Jamloop out of the US, so that's a bit of credibility from that side. When it comes down to GPT agent technologies and understanding how to integrate them, agents, bots, into your existing architecture, that is what I'm a specialist at. Now, I'll cover that a little bit more in a moment. But when it comes down to who I am, I'm a top 1% Upwork freelancer, expert vetted, nearly 500,000 earnings on the platform. And I've done that through delivering consistent, successful jobs for people in the AI space and the digital marketing space, which I've been in for 15 years. I've been in the AI arena for the last 4, once it obviously started to take off. I've got an abundance of individual examples here of where I've custom coded buttons inside of HubSpot for deal summaries that I could show you. I could show you like AI content generation machines that I've got. I could take you inside of a tool like CloseBot and show you how I've built PPC inquiry backwards and forwards inquiry handling, or I've done it for a caravan company that I own, a trade company. But listen, I understand where you're at more than anybody else. And where you're at is that you don't actually care about the solution. And I know that sounds daft, but at the end of the day, what you're looking for is you're looking for somebody who can come in, apply best in practice agent technologies with minimal disruption to your business. That's what's key, and that is what I understand that a lot of people don't, because I understand that it's my responsibility for bringing ideas to the table, bouncing them off of people, developing them, keeping you ahead of the pack, ensuring that you're beating competitors. Improving operational efficiency, reducing manual time hours, and you don't care how I do that. Like, it doesn't matter how as long as it happens. If I could click my fingers and do it, you would allow me to click my fingers and do it. I can't. I have to use AI tools. But what I'm saying to you here, guys, is that I understand exactly what it is that you're looking for. I do this every day, and I have a space in the portfolio now, and I would absolutely love to work with a business like this where you're looking at pushing boundaries with AI, because you'll be surprised and impressed by some of the things that I can show you that I've built, and I can use all of that understanding and experience to put in place something for you that would literally revolutionize your business. If you don't have them currently and you are still doing loads of manual data entry and you are handling your sales manually and there's no two-way SMS system, me and you are in for a treat when we get on a conversation. I can't help you unless you drop me a message, so I'll look out for that and I'll speak with you soon. That was better. That was smoother. I could feel it in the. Don't curse. You were going to curse then. Don't curse. Right, don't. Just because you did it twice, don't curse either. Just copy the link and move on. Right? Okay. So, here we are. GPT integration. Similar. Let's leave it there. No, wrong profile. That's why that's there. 65. Let's set it at 50. Heck, set it at 30. I'm going to show you. Attach files, the reporting up, attach files, Upwork, select that job, apply, 200 connects, bid. US-based business looking to implement AI. Sounds like they don't have a clue in terms of their overall scope of AI usage, never mind about an AI agent. These are the sort of projects that could turn into 50, 100k projects. That's why I bid so high on them. I'll probably have to buy some more connects in a moment, but we're going to keep it rocking and rolling for now. So that's that done. Let's go back. New job, alert. Google Sheets configuration formula. Seeking a skill to configure Google Sheets in all formulas are set up and functioning correctly. The idea can have experience with Google Sheets and be able to troubleshoot. Is this really just for a Google Sheets? I mean, what? What even is that? Like, why'd you bring that job to Upwork? That's weird. I don't know. Okay, let's continue to move back. Australia. Love Australian clients, by the way. They're amazing people. So I always, I mean, the time zone's a bit of an issue, but yeah. Not an application? Good. Okay. Right, let's do it from here. Hey guys, Michael Elliott here. So I'm based in the UK, you're based in Australia. Australians are my favourite people on planet Earth, and I'm not just saying that because you're based in Australia. I'm saying it because some of the client experiences that I have had working with Aussies have been fantastic. I've never been. Please invite me over because I would love to come, but let's stay on task here. When it comes down to what you're looking for, I am a specialist. I'll cover a bit about my background before we loop back to your application. So, your job brief. So I'm a top 1% Upwork freelancer with nearly 500,000 earnings on the platform. I've done that through building up a good relationships with clients over time and delivering high quality results. That's why my job success score is at 100%. And I'm expert vetted, which means that the talent team at Upwork have pre-screened me. So they got me on a call, they got me to do certain things and go through certain bits and pieces. So that I am who I say I am, effectively. Now, when it comes down to like what you're looking for in terms of your N8N workflows, I mean, this is a custom coded button in HubSpot that doesn't look too crazy. This is an AI content machine which produces content at scale from an N8N form that allows you to be able to do it. But let's be honest, when it comes down to like these, I'll show you one in here because you mentioned it. This showcase is just about everything. How to use logic nodes, how to use HTTP requests, how to use the code node. I don't know how much of this, in terms of stripping HTML, I don't know how much of this means anything to you, because what we don't really care about is the tech, like how I'm going to do it. What we care about is the impact for the business. I'm sure that that's how you feel. But I just wanted to finally let you know that I don't only build them. In all of my spare time, what I do is I teach other people how to do it, because I like to share knowledge. I don't gatekeep. I like to share my experiences with people. So, going back to your individual N8N and Go High Level, N8N and Go High Level flow, when it comes down to the request that you have, I have a separate business that I angel invested in. That business, in terms of angel investment, is one which runs on Go High Level and CloseBot to handle all sales automated processes, and it has like a 93% conversion rate of SMS from an inquiry to an SMS conversation. So when you're looking at workflow automation specialists, like to automate various processes using N8N and Go High Level, sales processes, data handling, Slack integrations, like I've built just about all of them. Let me show you one here that I feel like I need to show you actually. This has already gone on too long, and thank you for staying with me. I do appreciate it that you're sticking with me on these on these calls. But there is a system here which is an onboarding system, which is here. It had an error. It shot an error the other day, but this is an example. This is no longer in use. This is not needed because I upgraded it in N8N. But this is something like what I'm talking about, a full onboarding system using Slack notifications, updating of sheets, updating of all of the ClickUp tasks all automatically. This fully onboards a client from end to end in make.com. So I'm going to stop waffling now. I do appreciate you taking time to watch this loom. Drop me a message. Don't be worried that I'm in the UK. I don't mind taking early calls, late calls, and it's all about finding the right solution for your business. And I'm pretty confident that I would knock this out of the park for you. So my name's Michael Elliott. Drop me a message if you want to learn more. I think I got away with that one. Don't think that was quite. I think that was all right. So we're pumping through here, and we are applying for these applications. What's happening to me now, okay, is I'm approaching an hour in, okay? I'm approaching an hour in, and I'm starting to feel a little bit like I'm demotivated, which is completely natural whenever you do anything. And if you feel like this and need 5 minutes, then you can go and take 5 minutes. But if you're like me and you don't care how you feel and you do it anyway, then we continue to apply, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to keep powering through this. Don't know why he keeps doing that. It's so frustrating. Because I want enough numbers to have enough responses. If I maybe keep going live for a week, if anybody's interested in me keeping going live for a week to show you how you do it through the whole onboarding process, I'm happy to do that. What's this? Advanced bot press developer. On debugging. Bot press. Effectively closed bot. We had this yesterday. Why is bot press becoming so popular? Last time I used it, it was pretty... I'm not going to say the word. It wasn't great. You have to give it a go. Might give it another go. Might give that another whirl. So I have used it before, so I'm not lying by saying I'm experienced in using bot press at all. Like, I've used bot press. I just prefer closed bot. I'm not going to say that here though. I'm going to stick with this. Hi, my name's Michael Elliott. I'm based out of the UK, but 70% of my clients come from the US, so I hope that you're having a great morning. When it comes down to what you're looking for, I think I'm in the best position to help you. I'll showcase that to you now before we jump into a little bit more about what you have going on. I am a top 1% Upwork freelancer globally with nearly 500,000 earnings on the platform, and I'm also expert vetted, which means that I've been pre-screened by talent at Upwork to make sure that I can actually do what I say that I can do. I was told before that you actually had them that it wasn't much involved, but they actually made me go into systems and things and do stuff, and it was like a bit intense. It was almost like a job interview, but anyway, it is what it is. When it comes down to the individual sort of process that you've got, I wanted to first show you just a little bit of an overview of some of the individual flows and like automations that I've built, so that you know that I understand logic, passing data, manipulating responses, using AI to manipulate and give feedbacks. But one of the ones that I would show you actually is probably my close bot. So it's the same thing effectively, like as what BotPress is, but it's just something that I've been using recently that is really strong. BotPress, I've used BotPress for numerous times. It's not an issue. That's a bit of an issue though. It won't let me log in to show you. But I've built two-way. Let's try this one. This is a Go high level. This is a Go high level login dashboard of a friend of mine, and this is a. You are kidding me. Let me see. I don't know why it won't let me inside of my close bot. Sign in. Right, so we're inside of here. Okay, great. So now we're cooking. So we have agents inside of here, exactly the same thing as what you see in BotPress and exactly what you've built. But there's like in terms of these individual flows, we've got like this is the flow that I was talking about from a we are started buyer's point of view. All of these are tailored to one another. This is just one example of a flow. I'll go back to the agents here now, and I'll pick another flow out. Let's have a look. Which one can I show you? Which one would be good? Maybe this. No, because it's not published. It's probably not finished. You don't want to see a start node. This one here. This one. This is one I built for a YouTube video the other day. Like, and the point I'm getting at is that when it comes down to building complex flows and logics and switches and the way that BotPress works, like I could do it literally in my sleep. Like that's not technical at all. The technical stuff comes when it comes to manipulating answers and data. So, going back to your original brief, which I think is important. Apologies, where are we? When it comes down to the individual brief, which I think is important. Experienced BotPress developer. I am an experienced BotPress developer. I've recently been using CloseBot when I wanted to tell you that. Optimize and improve BotPress projects. I guarantee you, even if I did a free audit, when it comes down to refining the bot's performance and the solutions, it's something that's constantly underway. I advise having an AI watch the AI and then give it a scoring system. That's what I implement for businesses when they're going production ready. You don't just rely on manual input to check this from time to time and see what you could improve. You build automated flows inside of NAN that actually watch for errors and bugs and where things fell over to keep a constant cycle of its score. And if the scoring system falls under a certain amount, we get instant feedback, we change it. But that's the way that I would go about it. Deep experience, see below. So what we're looking at: flows and event model, designing multi-flow architecture. Start on basic, variables and state. Expert use of workflow, temp, sessions, and user scope. Race condition avoidance, persistence, reset strategies across emulator and web chat. Basic. Building constrained auto note. Basic. Create Zod schemas, crude at scale, complex, find records, filters, sorting, limits, pagination strategies. Basics. Knowledge base and retrieval. Currently built a flow for a business out in, I showed you, out of Canada called the Reporting Hub. Pulled from their whole knowledge base, which was like ridiculously large, in order for it to have automatic answers to people that make requests, automating their ticket reply response rate from 20% to 80% using an agent, as you would call it. That was actually CloseBot, not BotPress, but it doesn't make any difference. I think if you and I had a conversation, I think that you would be extremely happy. I don't think you would be concerned that I haven't showed you a BotPress thing inside of here. BotPress is a piece of cake. You don't have to worry about BotPress. What I deliver for you will be far and above what you're actually expecting, because I'll put all the fallbacks in place that make things production ready. People think things are production ready and they are not. And it's one of the biggest things in AI that I preach at the moment. I will show you how you make things production ready if we hop on a call. Thank you for watching. I appreciate this video has been a bit long, and I'll speak with you soon. I hope they appreciate that, because that was quite a long flow. I can't seem to get in my flow today, guys, of keeping them short. I need to try and shake it out of me. It was worth it because of the job size, but yeah, I think we need to do this. So apply. So now they've paid an average of $70 an hour, so they're a decent sized business. I'm going to change this. Marketing automation professional. I'm going to leave that there for this. Now here is where what I'm going to. Why is that not working? Because it's sim, not sum, you fool. Check this out. I don't like it when they ask additional questions, not because I don't want them to. I guess it's because not everybody puts the effort in that like we do. What I'm trying to give across to you here. I guess it's because everybody doesn't do that. So that they have to ask the questions to get the information. But why would you work with somebody who Why would you work with somebody who didn't take the time out to put a loom together? I mean, it's like it's a few minutes. If you're serious about working with somebody, then surely you put the loom together. Like, how hard is it for me to read the brief? Put a loom together, going through, showcase a little bit of my experience, and send it off. That's probably why I win so many projects. It's like, if you're not doing this this basic level of applications, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're crippling your ability to win projects. YouTube and Google Media Buyer. What's this? This could be good. We empower brands. Nah, agency. Don't want that. AI automation engineer for personal knowledge graph system, Czech Republic. Technical builder and thinker design a prototype personal knowledge graph system. Self-hosted setup memory tools with coherent architecture. Proven and line chain, Llama index, similar workflow agent and framework, solid vector bases, Chroma quadrant, familiarity with RAG systems. Hey, my name's Michael Elliott. I've just come across your job on Upwork, and I know that I can knock this out of the park for you. This is literally what I build every day. There's a big difference between people who play around in an end and actually people who build custom production-ready scope using things like, MCP servers, some of the things in here, the RAG pipelines, being able to use Quadrant, for example, Pinecone even. I made a joke the other day about cancelling your Pinecone subscription because the N8N database nodes were there. Obviously, it was a joke, but the point I'm making is there's a big difference. So let me just go into a little bit about me. I'm a top 1% Upwork freelancer, nearly 500,000 earnings on the platform. I'm expert vetted and have a 100% job success score. I build out custom complex workflows consistently every day. Depends on what the business wants. It's not my job to determine what they want, although I do look at businesses from the ground up if they allow me, and that gives me the architecture to be able to say, hey, we should take care of this, and we can take care of this. But ultimately, I have to do what the client asks. But I have an abundance of individual flows inside of my scenarios that literally. This is just my own. This is just everything from mail hooks, SEO content generators to Google Ads data extractors and data manipulation, email responders. But when it comes down to like N8N really detailed workflows, using things like this with Freshdesk, with I think there's about 8 code nodes in here that allow us to be able to do that. When it comes down to the overview of this, like having injection flows that inject into the systems. I mean, this is it. You can see here, if I can actually click and like be able to do it. So you can see super base vector store there, fetching, just manipulating data properly, super base vector store, and ensuring that we're in a position where we're in we're manipulating data and this is production ready, which is exactly what you're looking for. So I'm not going to carry on waffling too much. I think that I'm in a position now where I should have given you an overview. Everything that you've mentioned here about lang chains, about semantic embedding and context window management, GraphQL, RESTful API design, like these different things, different points over the course of the last 3.5 years, I've used them all. Just because I haven't used like this tool in like 6 months doesn't mean that I can't come in and smash this out the park for you. So I am completely confident that after a conversation with me, you would be in a position where you'd be confident about having a discussion about next steps and potentially moving forward. I'm not going to be the cheapest that you're going to find in terms of delivery, but I'll certainly be the best quality output that you can find. Thanks for watching. Did I say? I don't know if I got that one wrong there. Let's roll. Here we are. So here we are. Apply. I don't like any of my generalization ones. I really need to change that. I don't really like using this sim. So, like here, like, are you comfortable having daily meetings? Like, daily meetings? Why? There would be absolutely no reason to have a daily meeting. I've built automations for some of the biggest businesses in the world. DirecTV. And I spoke to them bi-weekly. Slack is how I communicate daily. That's crazy. Check Loom. That was mad. Who wants daily calls? Like, what? This is the thing. Like, you've got to be careful because, like, that's now turned into a bit of a, like, you don't want to have daily meetings. You have to convince them that it's not worth it, in order to be able to do that. But I don't know if you guys caught something out the corner of your eye right there, because I did a minute ago, and what that was an Upwork message. Now, I don't know if that's from one of our applications or not, but if it is, then we are... Just let me submit. Like, what are you doing? Miss Summit. Please tell me again. Whoa. Yeah, that's even a bit too high for the big dog. That's crazy. Send. So we have a message. Dan. Hey, available for a call? Now, what job was this? This was the one with the issue. Okay. So, guys, listen. Unfortunately, well, we'll see what he says back. I've just proven that we can win jobs on Upwork using my application. I was going to stream for longer, but I'm going to have to pause this stream now to go and have this conversation, this sales call. Thank you for tuning in. Once this sales call is done, I'll let you know how we get on, and we'll go from there. But yeah, let's see how it goes. But this is what I'm here to prove to you, that you can win projects on, and that is the biggest project that I applied for, by the way, which is good news for us. So yeah, thanks for watching. I might start this and boot this back up again shortly.